In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a simple pinch pot for your pinch pot animal. So this is going to be your base before you start adding the things to make it an animal. And you can make it any shape. You can make it like this. You can make it long and flat. You can make it tall and skinny. That'll just be up to you. I'm going to go through the basics of making a pinch pot. So you'll start with your ball of clay, and you want to roll it up, smack it into a ball, and then if it helps you, flatten one side just a little bit. And then whichever hand you're dominant in. So if you're right-handed, you'll use your right hand to pinch. If you're left-handed, you'll use your left hand to pinch. So, rounded part goes in your palm, and then you're going to take your thumb and you're going to press it down into your clay, like that. Not all the way down, you don't want to poke a hole through it, but almost to the bottom. And then you're going to start pinching your hand, just like this. So you're pinching the clay, and you're trying to work the clay that's down here at the bottom. You're trying to pinch it and work it upward to make the walls. So these are the walls of your pot. You're trying to make them come up and out. So, like I said, one hand is going to be pinching, and your other hand is going to be rotating the clay. So, start at the bottom, pinch, and turn, pinch, rotate. So I'm pinching from the bottom first while I'm rotating. And you want to try and make the bottom and the walls, so the sides, an even thickness. So it's even all the way around, and then the bottom is the same thickness. So I'm just pinching, pinching, and then turning. If you start to get cracks, stop. Just use your finger and smooth them out before they get any bigger. Remember to keep your fingers moist, not wet. You don't want your clay to be soaking wet and slippery, but you don't want it to be dry, and you don't want it to crack. Same thing with the top. If the rim starts to crack, just stop and smooth that out real quick before it gets any worse. Alright, so now I have this bottom part here, the thickness I want. I can feel it, but now I have all this clay up here at the top that I still need to make thinner. So I'm going to start now kind of in the middle, pinching in the middle and rotating. Once you get to about here, if you just lightly tap on the table, you'll start getting your bottom, and that'll just help you keep track of where the bottom is and where your walls need to go. So again, just pinching and rotating. I don't like pinch and then completely release and then pinch. I kind of pinch, and then, if you can see this, on the inside I use my thumb to smooth while I'm moving my hand. So I pinch and smooth, pinch, and then use my thumb on the inside to smooth. So again, if you get a crack, smooth it out first. So a lot of you are going to want to try and pinch your pot to have walls that are very, very thin and uneven. So you need to know when to stop, because you don't want to have a pinch pot that has a rim. The rim is the top part, like this, where it's super thin and cracked and uneven, but then you still have a lot of clay down at the bottom. Okay, so you're trying to really make it even, and it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. So you see the difference? So I'm almost there for this one. You keep pinching and turning, and so I've started at the bottom and I've worked my way up to the top, and it's about the size I want it. So now I'm going to start back at the bottom with my thumb on the inside, and I'm just going to start really checking and making sure that my walls are the same thickness. So I'm supporting on the outside with these fingers, and my thumb is on the inside starting at the bottom, and I'm just smoothing up from the bottom to the top. So I'm smoothing the inside while checking to see if I have any spots that are really thick, any spots that are really thin that I need to stay away from and stop pinching. And then you also want to make sure you smooth and keep your rim flat. So I'm just going with my thumb, really trying to smooth out that rim. Tap it on the bottom to make sure you have your flat bottom so it doesn't roll around. And then once you get to this stage, you can keep it on the table and really start to smooth it out now. So right now it's still kind of lumpy and bumpy, and I really want to try and smooth out as much as I can. So the same thing's happening. I'm still pinching, but now it's just on the table and I'm not doing it as much. Just trying to smooth it out. So I'm still rotating with this hand. Making sure all my cracks are smooth. Alright, so if you get to the end and you have a part of your rim that's taller, so this is pretty flat, and then you can see this little bump right here, so it's not even. If you will just take your toothpick and just kind of scrape some of it off, carefully, not too much. Scrape some off the top, smooth out the side, and then go back with your finger and smooth that out. That'll help you with your top being even. Alright, so no matter what shape you're going for with your pinch pot, this is how you start out. And then once you have your pinch pot done, then you're ready to start adding the things to make it an animal.